Thanks very much for staying with us. The big announcement is coming very, very shortly. Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar has now left BJP Chief Amit Shah's residence. We are getting you all the updates on OROP as the announcement is expected in just under an hour from now. It is a huge, massive breakthrough. The Modi government all set to finally roll out the one rank, one pension scheme today. We're expecting this announcement around 3 p.m. this afternoon. The draft is ready. Times Now has accessed the OROP blueprint 2013 fixed as the base year. Implementation from July 2014 onwards. For the moment, the government saying the next OROP review in 3 years. Perhaps the one bone of contention still remaining between the government and the ex-servicemen who have been protesting for 83 days now. They did meet the defense minister a short while back in the North Block, and they sound very, very optimistic. We're going to go across to Aditya first and then listen into what General Satbir Singh has been saying. Aditya, even though there may be certain issues which still need to be completely ironed out, which is why we are probably awaiting the formal announcement from the government and then the response from the veterans. From what we've seen so far, there is consensus and they're looking very optimistic.
Well, how I can describe this is that there is majority consensus between the government and the veterans, which was not visible in the past few weeks. In fact, there was a very important standoff between the veterans and the government for a very long time. Today, it is the 83rd day of this OROP agitation at Jantar Mantar. And in fact, I just spoke to a few minutes ago Major General Satbir Singh, who is the leader, in fact, has been leading this entire ex-servicemen movement. He said that majority concerns has been met. He was very, very positive about the developments that have been taking place. And in a few minutes from now, there will be the formal announcement by the defense minister. And only after that, they will formally react as to what exactly will be their future course of action. But perhaps we are hearing that immediately after the announcement, the veterans are going to welcome it, they're going to appreciate it, and immediately after the hunger strike will be called off. But what a moment it is for the veterans. After 40 long years, their struggle has finally resulted in something very positive. And even the veterans admit that finally there have been successive governments which have denied them the right to one rank, one pension. And it is the Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led government here, the BJP-led government, that have finally agreed to their demand. There have been some pluses and minuses. There have been negotiations. There has been a struggle for more than a year now. But now the promises are being kept. Today is the historic day.
Yes, the fact is that, Aditya, it's very apparent, even as you say, that there have been struggles, there have been negotiations, but the bottom line, very importantly, is that OROP is to be implemented, and it's finally happening, which is why the protesting veterans have welcomed that.
हमें बताया कि सरकार ने वन रैंक वन पेंशन का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है उसको अप्रूव कर दिया है. The concept of one rank, one pension stands approved. Excellent. दूसरी बात जो कल VRS के बारे में बताया जा रहा था, हमने उनको बताया कि डिफेंस सर्विसेज के अंदर VRS की कोई चीज नहीं होती. हमारा सिर्फ प्रीमैच्योर रिटायरमेंट होता है.
Major General Satbir Singh, they're looking extremely positive indeed, because the bottom line, irrespective of the negotiations, irrespective of the fine print, is that the OROP is finally going to be implemented. Aishwarya is with us for the details from the government's side. Now, Aishwarya, we're expecting the formal briefing soon, but very, very importantly, Major General Satbir Singh talking about the fact that the government and the Prime Minister have accepted and listened to them with about their concerns regarding issues like the voluntary retirement, issues like family pensioners, the disability pension, and that all those issues have been taken into consideration. A very optimistic attitude there from the veterans. It looks like there's finally consensus between them and the government.
accepted, packed and about to be delivered, as you just mentioned, under an hour. BJP said that it was promised by the Prime Minister, and each and every point has been looked into. There are certain discrepancies like on the yearly review issue, but other than that, most of the other issues have been looked in, and that's exactly why government is announcing OROP today itself. And now we are seeing majority of the veterans coming on board. Major General Satbir Singh himself stating that this is exactly what they wanted. There are certain issues, but that would be looked into. But OROP is being announced. This is exactly what BJP wanted, and right prior to the Bihar polls, because it is what happens beyond this announcement is also very interesting and important for the Bharatiya Janata Party, because the manner in which all the other parties had been ganging upon the BJP for this very issue, BJP has come along and they're able to get the veterans on their side as well. There are more than 200 to 250 veterans who will be marching from BJP headquarters towards the India Gate right after that announcement. So this is rather all of this is being planned in by the veterans to rather support the announcement of OROP by the Bharatiya Janata Party government.
Well, like you mentioned, Aishwarya, you know, let the political significance of this also not be lost. It's extremely important. Aditi, coming across to you on that, the fact is that the BJP is going to mark this day when their government made a historic, conclusive and emphatic decision, and it's something that's going to go down in history. So what exactly was the message sent out by Amit Shah when he spoke to party leaders and spokespersons, because they are going to make sure they get the kind of credit that is due for something like this?
Absolutely, it is a remarkable day for both the BJP and the government. The clear message being sent out by Party President Amit Shah is clear that they have done something within just 15 months of coming into power, which the UPA government in the past 10 years could not do. They have also been of the opinion that there were multi-layers of consultations which were taking place, and that is why there had been a considerable delay in the formal announcement of OROP. The strategy of both the BJP and the government is very clear: to take the ultimate credit of the announcement that is expected to happen at around 3 p.m. today by Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar. They will be saying that the only reason why there was a delay because there were consultations, there was a budget which was required to be allocated.
Of course.
The previous government was allocating just mere 500 crores, but now the NDA government is shelling out almost 10,000 crore rupees for OROP. So
yes, and in fact, Aditi, that's a point that the BJP is going to make very, very strongly indeed, that the figure of 500 crores, was being considered. Now the government is going to be putting aside 10,000 crores for this huge project. We'll keep coming back to you for the latest updates. Many thanks for the moment.